Shane, and with me as always is Trey.
This is Trey. We got Shane in the building. We are coming at you on a Saturday afternoon this time for the West Coast Podcast. Had a little bit of difficulties of us getting together, but nonetheless, we are back here with you guys and got some stuff to come out. It is official. The college football video game is coming out as well as Madden 25. The last time there was a college football game was 2013. I was in high school still. I think Shane might have just started to move into the retirement home back then. So it's really some big deals and all that going on. So I'm excited to get into it. Shane, how have you been doing this week?
I've been doing pretty good. Just a little sore from basketball. I'm not gonna lie. My old butt got kicked around last night. I mean, I was banging with the young kids that were much bigger than me. I'll say this. Um, so we will see on how that goes for the following, because I will be a little bit sore. But other than that, man, it's been good. I actually did really good at hoops yesterday. What about you, Trey? How's your week going?
Yeah, that's always nice to get out there, get a little bit of that competition brewing with the basketball and all that. And me myself, I've been doing good. I purchased this sparkling ice the other day, and they got Starburst flavors. So this is orange Starburst sparkling water that I'm drinking right now, and it's actually not that bad. So what about you, Shane? What is give me your top five drinks. This is just random as hell, but just off the top of your head, give me your top five drinks you got.
Top five drinks. They can change it at any moment for me in a way, but for the past year, excuse me. What's up, X fan man? Appreciate you being in here, bro. We appreciate it. Um, Sparkling ice, bro. It's funny that you're drinking one the Starburst flavor. I did see it. I've never had it. My favorite one is black raspberry. So my top five drinks right now, or like right now, number one's Diet Coke. Number two is Diet Pepsi. Number three is sparkling ice, black raspberry. Number four would be sparkling ice, black cherry, and then number five is just good old ice water. For that, I am doing good, X fan. Appreciate you asking me. But if we had to throw out one of the sparkling ice, let's say we throw out black cherry, chocolate milk would go into number four. Then, what about you, Trey?
So I gotta go. I'm a big Coca-Cola Zero kind of guy. Coca-Cola or Pepsi, it really doesn't matter. And I don't like Dr. Pepper. A lot of people like Dr. Pepper. To me, it just tastes like cough syrup. Coke is all right, and then Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, not regular Mountain Dew, but you get that Diet Mountain Dew. It's a lot more crispier, has that nice, crisp, refreshing ism to it. So we got X Fan in the chat. Let us know, X Fan, what are some drinks that you are into, and also the people that might watch this back on the replay. Tell me what your favorite drinks are. So, with that being said, Shane, you've been streaming a little bit this week. Grinding Madden, doing the tournaments and all of that. Obviously, there's a lot of disconnects, a lot of BS that you have to deal with. So, how would you rate your experience in dealing with these PS5 tournaments overall?
You know, I actually really, really like them. The only issue, like you said, is the disconnect or the people that glitch a game out, where like they do the delay glitch or the whatever the pause glitch. I'm not gonna let people know how to do it because that's like one of the most messed up things you can possibly do. But overall, man, it's really fun. Like, yeah, I might not be rocking the top team that you could, like some people do. It does make me feel good, though. I'm not gonna lie. When I beat someone that has a way better team, I'm kind of like steroided out, bro. I'm like, yeah. But yes, I will next year when I'm doing hella money games. I'm gonna be making sure my team is the best out there. So yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of. Oh, I bet you bought your team, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be Shane got you 11. No, but overall, bro, no, it's been really fun. It definitely gives you something to strive for, to learn, and to play. Like you know, it you know this, Trey, but in the past I used to do money games, hella money games, and I'd play it all the way through summer, bro. I wouldn't get as many money games in the summer and spring as I would in the fall and winter, but it was the competitive like, oh snap, you win, you get money, you lose money. And this on a smaller scale is not as big because it's way cheaper and if I lose I don't lose anything. But no, I really enjoy it. X fan said his top five drinks is Fanta. I do like Fanta. Four is Powerade. I do like Powerade. Doctor Number three is Dr Pepper. I'm not a big fan of Dr Pepper either. Number two, Gatorade. I do enjoy Gatorade. And then number one, water. I do respect water. Nothing's better than like a hot summer day if you get an ice cold water bottle out of the fridge or the freezer, depending on what you want to do. But anyways, yeah, Trey, that's basically where I am at.
Alright, hell yeah. That's a pretty solid list by our guy X-Fan. Shout out to X-Fan for being in the chat. So yeah, we got the PS tournaments, obviously. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And it's interesting, Shane, because, when something as Madden players, because we both, well, you've been playing a little bit longer than me, like Madden 16 or whatever. But we're playing Madden, and we're so easy to point the blame towards EA Sports, but in a situation like this, it's probably PlayStation's fault.
Where'd you go, Trey? You completely cut out, bro.
Oh, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I do, but it was like completely cut out. Like I don't know anything you said. You said something about EA, and then that's it.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I was just saying because we usually just blame EA Sports for everything, but in a situation like this, I'm thinking it's more Sony's fault. So hopefully Sony is able to get their stuff together. I don't have any faith in EA Sports anymore. Had a few problems with Sony here and there. I got my PSN reported, and I had to change names because of reasons. So hopefully we get all that squared away. So Shane, the next question I wanted to ask you is, we're moving into the Madden 25 season. Still a little bit a ways away, but off the top of your head, who are some players in the NFL you think are going to make the 99 overall club, and who's going to be the highest rated Seahawk player in your opinion this year?
Yeah, that is really really hard. So you want to know who I think will be in the 99 club? Rose said her favorite drinks are Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and then milk. She doesn't have four or five. If they drew her blood, it'd be Pepsi plus. So she's a Pepsi woman all the way through. I do drink some Mountain Dew, and I do like milk a lot. X fan said Caleb Williams having problems with the Bears. Yeah, I do think that's a learning curve on that for for sure. Um, but no, in the 99 club, I will say, man, that's really really hard. I would Patrick Mahomes would have to be one of them, right? Like I would think that Patrick Mahomes would still be a 99.
All right, I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna give you a list of players that I think that are going to be in the 99 club, and then you can just say agree or disagree.
Yeah, do that for me.
So, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Justin Jefferson, Josh Allen, and Stephon Diggs. So,
Hold on, my bro. You said Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs.
yeah, and then we'll go Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Here I'll say this: Tyreek Hill will be a 99. Travis Kelsey won't be a 99 until the at the start of the year. He'll be like a 95. Justin Jefferson, I'll say a 97, 98. Stephon Diggs, 90, 97, 98. I will say Lamar and Josh Allen both become 99s, bro. I both will be 99s to start the year.
All right, and then to follow it up, who do you think is going to be the highest rated defensive player in Madden?
Damn, dude, that's really, really good. Oh, I think T.J. Watt.
Okay, you're going T.J. Watt. I'm gonna go with either Sauce Gardner or Micah Parsons. I got that for defensive players. So it's interesting. Oh yeah, and then give me your highest rated Seattle Seahawk player.
It's gonna be Tariq Woolen. He will be in 98.
All right, and then what do you expect Gino's rating to be?
I think he'll be in 89. That's
89.
89.
All right, that's a pretty solid rating for sure. All right, so we did a little bit of ratings talk. Another thing I wanted to ask you, Shane, is so you've been grinding, doing all these tournaments and all that. Have you made any upgrades? And I can't really make a whole lot of your streams because I got work obligations and whatever. But I always try to make it when I can, so I'm a little bit behind in that regard. But did you make any upgrades, notable upgrades from the team? Did you have any golden ticket pulls or anything like that, or is it pretty much the same at this point?
Um, so real quick, X-Fan thinks Stroud will be 94 and Aaron Rodgers is going to be an 87 this year. I think Aaron Rodgers will start to be like at a 91. Trey, the two upgrades that I could afford to get was the 99 Eric Dickerson and the 99 Paul Krause.
All right, so those are some two pretty solid upgrades right there. Yeah, that Eric Dickerson is definitely nasty. I've seen Shane deal with it. I've dealt with it too, so he is definitely a menace to deal with. I wish it was him that cut ties with EA Sports rather than Barry Sanders, but it's alright. Alright, so Shane, I got something for you. This is going to be a new segment, probably. If we can get to it, we'll get to it. When things are a little bit slow, this is going to be the new segment, and the segment is going to be called the Madden Takes. So I'm going to read off a take that someone posted on social media, and I want to get your thoughts on if you agree with it or you disagree with it. And I'm not going to. If you want to take a guess and ask who said it, you can, but I'm not just going to say who said it out loud because I don't want any of these people to come after us. So let's get started. So this person said on X, he said, things wrong with Madden gameplay. And this is his list that's wrong with Madden gameplay. He put RPOs, rollouts, overpowered abilities like Jukebox and Roaming Deadeye, stagnant metas. This late in the year, it's understood that'll be bad. So do you agree with that, and what are some stuff you would add to things wrong with Madden gameplay?
I agree with him in the general sense. Like, I think abilities are super OP. I think the rollout glitch is annoying as hell. And I do think that like the meta is boring. The one thing that I've kind of got to is like the meta is going to be the meta. Even if I struggle versus it, I just got to be learn how to beat it, get better at it. Because if you learn how to beat the meta for the majority, you'll beat 99% of the people. Because a lot of them that buy the ebooks or the YouTube or the Twitch, they don't know how to adjust like the 1% of the 1% in the top pros. So like that, like figure out how to attack the meta even if it takes extra time and you'll be all right. The abilities are awful to me. Like you need deep KO to knock out the football. You need lurker for your guy to jump up and pick the ball off. You need route technician. It was cute. Like their idea was cute, but like I don't really. I like I said. I said it at the jump when people were vastly against me that it was going to be awful, and now most people are starting to turn against abilities. So yeah, overall, I do agree with him.
All right, there we go. Moving on to the next take. This one's a pretty interesting one. And this person says Mutt would easily be the best sports game mode if it wasn't so expensive. Content this late in the year has been really good. What do you think about that one? What do you...
Mutt is always going to be expensive, just like NCAA Mutt. Well, it's not going to be called that. It'll be like Nut. um, but no, I do agree. It's super expensive. It definitely is better this year in the sense of if you buy a bundle, you're going to be guaranteed to have a very, very good card. Where in the past, you could buy two, three bundles and have the worst pack luck and not get anything that was even worth it. So, yes, I do agree on that. Like, they do need to make it cheaper. Um, I mean, it is basically what you want to make it. Like, I loved Regs. Like, Regs was super fun, but they kind of quit on it once they realized Mutt would be the moneymaker. And I'm talking about EA. So I mean, any mode is probably going to be the best when you get all of the attention paid to it. So I'm neutral on that with what he said.
All right, so we're going neutral with that take. So this one is a little bit longer, so if you need me to like do a repeat or run some things back, just let me know. So this person says, even as abilities become more and more important, I believe people would win way more games if they spent less time worrying about cards slash abilities and more time worrying about making basic adjustments, using the correct route, and throwing to open players. Abilities are obviously important and you should care about them, but the basics of Madden will let you win games no matter the Madden game mode if your team is outmatched, etc.
So I mean, I disagree at the first part of that where he's saying like the abilities don't really matter. It's about making the correct read. I mean, abilities definitely matter. That's why the top pros use the abilities. Just like I hate when people say top teams don't matter because the pros have the top teams. If it didn't matter, the pros could play with any team and beat you or beat other top players. Sure, like with Henry, I'm using Henry as an example because he won the championship. Would Henry with a 95 overall team beat normal people in 99s? Yeah, but there's a reason why he needs it against other top pros. And I mean, everybody basically does the same thing. Like they set their zone drops, they have their abilities. Like what I've noticed is like a couple of the cornerbacks are in flat zones, and they set that, and then they just rely on the abilities to knock it out. And they, yeah, sure, if you make the right read, sorry, I hit the microphone. If you make the right read and all that, you'll be good a lot of the times. But the problem is if you're playing somebody who really knows how to do it and they have a 99 overall team, I'm just using that as an example, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble just in general. Like I know I know even for myself, Trey, that if I have a 95 overall team and I'm playing a guy who's 88 overall, I've played guys where I'm like, damn, he'd be awesome if he had the same team. So yes, for me, um, teams and abilities matter more than a lot of people let on, in my opinion. And then I don't remember exactly the second part what you said.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think we got the synopsis of it all. He said, yeah, he said abilities are obviously important and you should care about them, but the basics of Madden will let you win games no matter the Madden game mode if your team is outmatched, which is I don't know how you can play Madden in any capacity. Doesn't matter if you're a comp player or you just play for fun and say that abilities aren't crucial, basically more important than ratings and all this other stuff. So yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And do you think Madden will start to go away from abilities given the community, or do you think, because I know you interact with a lot of community members and people in the pro community, like, so is there a mass consensus among those people that abilities are a good thing, or are they just as tired as abilities as we are? I mean, yeah, essentially, yeah.
So, from like what I have been watching, they have slowly been turning the tide on abilities. Like they loved abilities. Like they gobbled, abilities. Like literally, they gobbled up the abilities. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. They're slowly coming around, but I still think that they like abilities more than like you or I or other people that play it. I still think that they like doing the abilities, but there is some pros that are turning against it even more. And I think that, and to answer your first part of the question, I do think that in a couple years the abilities will be toned down and it might be three on each side again like they did on regs, and maybe do that for MUT ultimate team to make it even more strategic. But who knows with EA. But I will say that eventually abilities will be toned down.
Yeah, no doubt. And do you think that, say abilities get toned down and it's like it, pre-abilities and whatnot. What do you think are going to be some of the side effects that come with that? Because, I think that speed, like, do you think that there's a way for them to get, just ratings mattering themselves without the need of abilities? Because essentially the reason abilities were created is because a lot of the ratings that are in the cards didn't really make the players stand out like they were supposed to. So do you think that there's a way that they can make the ratings compensate and make them stand out like they're supposed to?
I do, especially if they take the time. Like Madden 16, for example, they did zone coverage and man coverage really good based off of their rating. Was the game perfect? No, because you could do the nano blitz and all that. But if you learned how to pick it up, I feel like the ratings mattered more then than even now because abilities matter more. Yes, you do need still top players, but I think you needed abilities first and then players' ratings second now. Whereas in Madden 16, it was more player ratings and then whatever after. So I do think they can get there again, and I think it'll be healthy for the game. I do think maybe the drawback would be speed killing, you know, ratings again. Like when you would have like the app key card who was like whatever a 70 overall or whatever, and he was doing better than an 85 card because of his speed, or like Shaquem Griffin, you'd put him on the defensive end, and because his speed was so high, even though he was like a 60 something overall or a low 70 overall, he was going around the whole offensive line. they'll just need to fix that. Really, they just need to make it like, hey, these ratings matter, and make the ratings be really good for certain players. And then if you need to be like, yeah, but everybody's team looks the same though because of ratings, well, you can say that now. Everybody is using almost the same players if you have the top team they are. So just open it up more. Take away abilities more and make the ratings matter. Really get into that, and then maybe open up the player database more so it's different teams and stuff. But I think it won't matter until they make the game more realistic anyways, Trey. Like, there's no way, like, the guy that blew me out in the championship game, right, on Friday, he really relied just on the defense on Dollar and the crash down with the A gap blitz by the linebacker to dumb out my offensive line, and it was stopping my run, which it shouldn't stop my run with versus power offense. And then he just sat back in coverage and had his abilities gyrating all over the field. So for me, it's like they'd have to make it more realistic. Like, if you come out in dollar and I come out in I form, you should get punished. If you come out in nickel and I come out in I form, you should be able to stop me more than not. And then you could go, it's just chess. But the biggest thing I think they need to bring back, Trey, and I know like the question, this is not even to the question, is if you bring back pinch protection on the offensive line, stuff like dollar and that A gap blitz would not exist. So that sums up my whole thing here.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I agree with all that. And yeah, hope so. Hopefully, in the future they're able to make abilities matter, or not abilities, but yeah, make ratings matter, so we don't have all these out of pocket, abilities that are just crushing the game and try to try to throw a pass in a window, and if he gets touched by a KO, he drops it. Or if you're trying to throw over the middle and the guy jumps up like Superman because he has whatever ability, he has a Superman ability that he jumps up and, screws you. Pause. But yeah. Alright, so Shane, this is gonna be a little bit of a longer one. So, and I know that, so this post is about passing the ball in Madden. Now I know you're not exactly known as a prolific passer, but I think it'll still be interesting to hear your takes on it and to see if, this person is trying to steer people a certain way so that they don't become as good as him, or if these are just legit tips that he's putting out. So he says how to pass the ball like a pro in Madden 24. So number one, he put call good, and he put the word good in quotation, plays. This is quite literally the first step in becoming a good passer. You want to call plays that will typically beat most base coverages. If you think about quick slants, this play struggles to beat cover 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This means you're setting yourself up to fail. Instead, call plays that use 3 to 5 wide receivers to attack different areas of the field and who work together to get open. Googling basic passing concepts could help a lot with this idea. Number 2, making reads, something that Shane struggles with too sometimes. Just kidding. This is a huge skill gap in Madden. Few simple things to keep in mind. Try to read the area your receivers are attacking, not necessarily looking to see if your wide receiver is open in the exact spot he is when you look at him. If you identify someone as covered, move on from him. Use your peripherals, that's a big word. We could see a few routes at once instead of staring down at one player. Focus on identifying man or zone. And number 3, beating the blitz. This one is always easier said than done, but 2 big things with this. If they're blitzing you have to stay relaxed. Blitzing means they don't have as many in coverage, meaning there are a lot more holes to attack. Learning how to block blitzes is a ridiculously valuable skill and can entirely change your experience versus a good blitz. What do you think about that one?
I mean, that's good for like the broad scheme of things. Like, yeah, hey, like if you like tell me, hey, Shane, you to make this read, you will cook this guy. Okay, yeah, I mean, I have man beaters that'll cook the hell out of your man defense. But there's also pros that know how to do certain things and bring the blitz where you have a split second. So like for the broad scheme of things, he's right. But to be the 1% of the 1%, I mean, not really. He's not really that right. I mean, everybody's in bunch for the most part every year. They put a tight end on a drag usually, then a streak on like the vert this year with the one wide receiver in the bunch doing a deep post, and then on the left side on the solo man they're doing man wide receiver. They're doing like maybe a drag or a corner route depending on whatever they do. And yes, you have to adjust. That's what they're doing. But I mean, that's what most people are doing though, and they yes they don't adjust, but they beat most people because those three plays right there. That I mean, to me, that's not really like making a good read. They know like it's dumb. Lots of times it dumbs out the defensive coverage because zone coverage, especially, is not as good as it once was. With now all the abilities, maybe it's better. But I mean, yes, I mean overall, Trey, it's good for a generic, like broad stroke of everything. But against like elite, top competitive players, I don't. I mean, what else do you got? I mean, so what else do you got when the A gap blitz you because the offensive line is dumbed out and you have a split second to throw it? Then what about that against a competitive like Henry or Skimbo? Like, where do you go off that? You know what I mean? Like, so I understand where they're coming from, but like I don't generally agree versus the elite of the elite.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, I would say it's a solid foundation, but you still have to, you got the foundation, but you have to start to add on a lot of other stuff as well if you want to get a complete house or whatever. So something else is like, because I bought an ebook the other day. Well, not the other day. I bought it like months ago, and I was kind of surprised because the ebook. I mean, it was good, but I was expecting there to be a lot of stuff that is like that's out there. Like, I was expecting there to be like a few glitch plays, something that's like that makes you say, "Wow, this is worth $25," and it never is. But that's besides the point. So with that being said, like, from the people that you talk to that make ebooks, is there other stuff that they know that they keep hidden from those ebooks? And do you know personally of tips that are out there that would make the average player say, "Whoa, what the heck is that?"
Okay, so I will use myself as an example when I did ebooks during Madden 16, Madden 17, Madden 18, and I would email them. I have compared mine to like the ebooks out there. They have video. I didn't have video. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to do a video of it like that and put it in an ebook like that. But what I've noticed is I broke it down even more precise than a lot of the ebooks out there. A lot of the ebooks out there are simple, like, and the thing is, Trey, is for, well, like, are they withholding stuff? Are they doing this? Absolutely. When I put my ebooks out there, I'd give you all the money plays, right, on offense and defense. I wasn't killing you on it. Like, it's not like I was not giving you the right plays, but I know how to stop my plays. I know how to beat my plays. So that's what I've always said, like, yeah, like buy Henry's ebook. or buy Civil's ebook, buy whoever's ebook out there that's elite out there, but don't trick yourself. They know how to beat it. They know how to stop it. And what they do is they get the majority of people to run their ebooks, right? So there's, let's say, 5 ebooks out there that are super popular, right? Well, now you have 99.9% of Madden trying to run it. Well, what do they know? The pros that put out the ebooks know how to stop it. They know how to attack it. So if it's a defensive side of ebook, they know how to attack it, and they'll exploit it. That's why I've always said, like, I when I could find off meta and attack it, it was so much more deadlier. That's how I beat some of the top pros out there in the past, because they've never seen my crap. Um, and I'm not running what everybody else is running. And yes, well, in the end, like lots of times the champion, like Henry's playing whoever, and they're both running the same thing. Right, but at the same time, we're talking about the elite of the elite, like the top 4 players in the game. So yes, then it's just a chess match for them. But like, they want you to buy their ebooks. They want you to spend money on their ebooks. And yes, it does help the general public person. Like let's just say like one of my buddies, if he bought the ebook, he would clean up in the neighborhood with his friends betting on Madden money games because he would know more, right? But we're talking like for me, for the competitive aspect, yeah, I knew everything, how to beat my plays, how to stop my plays, how to do everything. Don't they all know how to beat their plays? They know how to attack them. They know how it's set up. And yes, and to add on to it, they want you to do that. Just don't get it twisted. They want people to all run the same thing, because then what it does is it makes it easier for them when they face it. Like when I would face my ebooks, at first I was against it, Trey, and I know this is long winded. At first I was against it. Like I was like, if you buy my ebook, we don't play each other. Well, then I was like, F it, I'll play it. I knew every setup just from how they set up the formation, and I knew who they were going to go to. And so it was easy for me. It actually made me money even easier, because like they were running my stuff and they're not going to be as good as me running my stuff. I never found in those 3 years, Trey, of making my ebooks, anyone who ran it better than me or the same as me. There were a couple people that were really really good on it, and I did actually have for a while, man. I was keeping track. I did make most of my guys make at least $600 from it, and I think I was selling it. Honestly, I was selling it for expensive, bro. I think it was like $50 to $60. I'd have to go back and research what it was, but I was actually profiting people like $550, most of them. So most of them were happy overall, but it was just too annoying with some of the guys that sucked. That would be like, oh, it's not working for me. But I'd be like, are you making the reads? And they'd be like, well, and then I'd watch them, and they're just like hike throw. They wouldn't even make a read. They just hike it and try to throw it. Where I told them make read one. But for me, I don't know, Trey. It's I think they want it so they can have it all set up. But like off meta, I think could eventually win one again, but I'm not entirely sure, just the way the game's made up. Like last year, if I would have been running spread playbook when the 4-3-6-1 was the most popular in the game, I would have killed. I would have probably went far, because that spread playbook that I run kills congested blitzes like 4-3-6-1. It's worse against dollar. As funny as that sounds. So yes, you'd have a chance to run off meta, but yeah, for the long haul, the ebooks are nothing special to me, Trey. They're really not.
Yeah, no, I got you. So would it be fair to say that you have these guys out in the Madden community that are selling their ebooks, selling their tips, maybe they're not. You wouldn't go as far as to say that they're complete con artists, but they're kind of they got a little bit of used car salesman ability in them. Would you think that that's kind of fair to say to that?
I I think I think they really think they're helping people. So I think it's like 50-50, Trey. I think like 50% are used car salesmen and 50% believe that they will help people get better. But for all the competitive ebook players out there, yeah, I'll agree with you on that, Trey. For all the competitive ebook people that put out their stuff, yeah, it's used car salesmen because they know, yes, it'll help you get money, but you'll never beat me. So if you're trying to run my stuff against me in an MCS tournament, you're gonna lose. I know how to adjust. I know how to beat it. But for the people that they're trying to help for like like head to head general games and all that, I think they really think that they're helping them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair point too. So just be cognizant of who you buy ebooks from, and just keep in mind that a lot of them are just doing it because of their ego, and they want to feel like what they do is so important, and because they know the difference between a cloud flat and a hard flat, that it makes them better than you in real life. So just keep that in mind the next time you're watching your favorite Madden streamer and they're talking about their ebooks and whatnot. So I want to go back and talk about NCAA real quick. So, well, college football, I think NCAA is a little bit too taboo to say these days. So, it's coming out. You can actually pre-order the both college football and Madden at the same time. So Shane, I want to let you know. So the last time we got a college football video game, it was 2013. And I'm just curious, do you remember where you were in your life, what you were doing in the year 2013?
You know, what's up, Go Dogs? Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, facts, bro. It has been a while. Hope you're good. I, I mean, basically the same old life, taking care of one kid instead of two kids. But I did play it, bro, and I was so good at that game. I was so good at the game. Like I was better in college football than Madden. The only difference is college football. Um, only difference was college football didn't have the competitive scene for money games. It might change down the road now. We'll see how it does. Go Dogs 2013, you were a sophomore in high school. That was like 11 years past me. Yeah, you a young buck compared to me, bro. No, but for me, yeah, I was playing it, bro. I really enjoyed that game, Trey.
Oh, okay. So we got someone. He said that he was a sophomore in 2013. So was I. So it's awesome to see that we got someone that's a little bit older, kind of in our age. So that's pretty cool too. So yeah, I was the same way. And Shane, is this a conspiracy theory? So we have NCAA 14. The Madden that came after that was not called Madden 14. It was called Madden 25. Fast forward how 11 years later, it's Madden 25 again, and it's college football. Do you see anything a little bit odd with that picture?
I just think I just think that it's all about money, bro. I mean, I'm not big on the conspiracy on that, but I mean, maybe what do I know, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So yeah, so I know like what's your because I think that don't isn't both of them are coming out the same day, Madden and college football, or are they like months apart from each other?
For this year, is that what you
Is
said,
that
Trey?
what
Are
you
they
said,
coming
Trey?
out
Are they
this
coming
year?
out this year?
The same
Yeah,
time?
Same time?
Or they're coming out at the same time?
I think they're only like a
Okay.
couple weeks apart, bro. Like
So
I
they're
think
coming. Yeah, sorry. So they're coming out the same time this year, which is a little bit different. Usually NCAA would come out a month before Madden, and then the Madden game would follow suit about a month or two from that. So interesting. Do you think that this is just a strategy because it's the first game back in a while that they are dropping it simultaneously? Do you think that this will be the way it is from now on, or do you think they'll go back to how it was?
so. Go Dog said July 19th for NCAA, and I believe I've been hearing whispers that Madden will be out in August 9th, between August 9th and August 16th. So what is that? 3, 4 weeks apart. Um, I think that if they're smart for college football, they put it out in late June, maybe early July, and then they even maybe push Madden back to mid August or late August. I could see him doing that, but I think they're going to get their money both ways. I think people are going to buy both games. Some of them, some people are going to buy college. It's all a money grab. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a money grab, and I know Shane made a video about this on his YouTube page about how they came out with the pre-order, and if you pre-order, you get basically I don't know if they call it, scouting tickets or whatever it is they call it, but basically it's the equivalent to MUT coins and MUT. It's the equivalent, so if you pre-order, you get coins, basically, or whatever they call it. And to me, that is just straight up malpractice. Like, if I was running EA Sports and they put that in the pre-order, I might just fire everybody because that to me is just ridiculous. Like, I knew that there's going to be Ultimate Team in college football. Obviously, I'm not that naive to it, but I do think it is definitely ridiculous that they are right out the gate essentially pushing for that. But with that being said, do you plan on getting the college football game, Shane, or are you just gonna wait for a while, or where are you at with that whole thing?
I am not going to buy NCAA this year unless I hear that they're doing competitive. I am definitely just gonna save my money up for Madden 25 and try to load up my team, Trey.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Would it be a thing? So, like, say the competitive scene in Madden is over, and you want something to stream, after the fact. At that point, do you think you might consider jumping to NCAA so that you're able to stream and get more content with that, or do you think you're just gonna stick with Madden for this first year?
Probably the first year, Trey, I am gonna stick with Madden and do money games on Madden, and then I'm gonna see from there what NCAA looks like for 26. I guess we'll use it as Madden 26, NCAA 26, and go from there and see. Because like I said, if they start doing competitive stuff, yeah, I might see how good I am online in NCAA. Maybe my game style fits me better on NCAA, and I do hella good on that competitive scene. And I drop Madden. Who knows how it'll work out?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, and it's gonna be interesting because they did have Ultimate Team back when the last college football game came out, but it was pretty much in its infancy back then. It wasn't nearly as expensive and conglomerate like this modern Ultimate Team is. So I'm just curious on how much money people are going to pay. And I think that, people are going to say, well, I'm already spending $1,000 in Ultimate Team on Madden, and now I'm over here spending $2,000 in college football. It's going to be something that's going to be ridiculous. But you're saying, like, as far as Shane, that there's no plans for a college tournament this year.
I'm not sure on that. I was just saying I assume that there's not gonna be, just because there hasn't been talk of it. But if there is one, yeah, I might buy the game then for sure, Trey.
Yeah, no doubt. At that point, you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, so like for as far as Ultimate Team goes, and I guess let's just go back like general, right? So the MCS has been in mud since Madden 18, 19. It's been strictly mud. Sure, they might have had a DC tournament thrown in here and there. So would you say out of those years that you've spent money to get your team to be able to compete in these tournaments, that roughly it's around the same money that you spend every year, or some years you might spend a lot more or a lot less money, or is it just the same basically?
Um, it depends on the year, and honestly, it depends on my money. But I mean, the funny thing is the one I went the deepest on in clubs, I only spent $20 on, and I lost to Kiv to go to the live event. So and I'd only spent $20 on my team, Trey, that year. Um, but yeah, I mean it depends on the year, but like yeah, they're making it where like yeah, you either have to play 24/7 and buy some bundles, or you have to buy a lot of bundles. It's all about money, bro. That's that's all it is.
Yeah, it's all about money. So I guess a better question would be is, let's just say hypothetically, if I was someone and I was well off, like I was making, I don't know, six figures, and I was able to, spend whatever money I can in Ultimate Team. But obviously, I'm not going to go too far. But for the most part, I'm going to have the best player. So because what you said makes a lot of sense as far as your budget, how much you can afford to spend in Madden. But hypothetically, if you're able to invest as much money as you could, do you think it's pretty much the same for like all those years, or do you think it kind of varies still in that way?
I think that once salary cap got thrown out, then it's like it's about the same amount. Like I would say probably to have the best team, like just like buying bundles and stuff, it's about $2,000. And I'm being honest when I say that because I know my own figures. And yeah, probably the top this year, you probably would have to spend about 2,000 to 2,500 maybe. But you could get away with $2,000 if you were playing the game enough, and maybe 1,500 if you were playing the game all the time and bundles. And the reason why, here's why it says, like a lot of people are like, yeah, but I could build a team cheaper than that. I have a 90 whatever, like I saw it on Reddit. I have a 99 overall team and I only spent like 500. I believe that's what he said, something like that. And he's like, but I just play and I play it. Well, he didn't get the game until late, so yeah, the prices are different and you can get better people. But we're talking about the from the jump, right, Trey? We're talking about when the game first came out. Then yes, I stand by about 2 grand to have the best team.
Yeah, no doubt. So we have this summer going on. Not only do we have the return of college football, we got the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight going on. We got a new Eminem album, The Death of Slim Shady, that's going to be coming up. So this summer is looking to be pretty fun. So I guess on that note, Shane, because I feel like over the last few years, whenever I would talk to you, you were pretty amped. You're like, I'm ready to go, get this Madden thing going. Like this year, I'm kind of sensing that obviously you're excited to get involved into the next Madden game and all that, but I don't really sense the same level of energetic excitement. Do you think that I'm right in assuming that, or do you think you're about the same?
I think life happens, bro, and like with my family dealing with some stuff, and my parents are getting older, and we're dealing with that. I just try to take it a little bit slower, so that plays a part. But another thing is, I think these money tournaments make me feel like happy enough where I'm playing it right, so I'm getting the competitiveness, and it's worth something, and so I feel like I'm doing something instead of like, damn, I'm bored. Like right now, Trey. Like I tried to do head-to-head seasons. I think on one of the streams, and I couldn't even get a game. It just kept spinning. So if they didn't have that PlayStation 5 tournament, yeah, I probably would be like, hurry up. Like I want Madden 25 to come out. Like hurry up. But like this at least lets me do it. And yes, as we get closer to like July, yeah, I'll be probably itching for it. Like we're literally like only 2 months away from Madden 25, like roughly two and a half months away. But yeah, man, I'm just taking it in. I am a little excited, a little nervous because I will be able to do money games again and run this as a business account. But I am hoping to make some decent money this year, Trey. So I am excited, but at the same time, I want to take my time. So, yes, you are reading me correctly enough where I'm like, yeah, I want to enjoy this summer at the same time. Even though I hate the heat, I want to enjoy the summer, go to the lake, hang with my family. When my parents are getting older, my mom's dealing with some stuff. Um, and just enjoy it, man. I don't know how many summers left I have of a full family. I'm not like trying to be morbid, but I'm just being honest. And then yeah, then once Madden
Madden
25 comes
25
out, I'm gonna
comes
be
out, I'm going
grinding
to
the
be
hell out
grinding the
of it.
hell out of it.
Yeah, no, I hear that, and yeah, no, definitely hearing you say that makes me think like, damn, I still got a few good years left in me, but I definitely understand what you're saying with that. So yeah, guys, you're out here supporting Shay Got You 11 on YouTube. He's giving you some good content, and he's playing seasons, and Madden, just running seasons this late in the year. Obviously, it gets pretty dry, it gets pretty bland, but I think that Shane, he's still an energetic person. He gets into screaming matches. Sometimes he gets toxic, but I think that he delivers the energy pretty well throughout the year, and it's going to get magnified times 10 once he's able to do the money games, and it's going to be very entertaining to watch. So definitely keep your eyes on that. And with that being said, that's pretty much all for this episode of the West Coast Podcast. We will be back not this Friday, but the following Friday, God willing. If nothing else happens, we apologize for the slight setbacks, but life happens. What are you going to do? And yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to hop over to my YouTube channel at Trey is Raw, being consistent over there with uploads. And I'll throw it back over to Shane to close us out for this edition of the West Coast Podcast. Also, happy Memorial Day to all the veterans out there and stuff.
All right, Trey. Appreciate you. Appreciate what you're saying. Yeah, go check out Trey's channel. I love the Redemption series. He's definitely going to keep doing that. Um, so yeah, you guys, next year will be money games and stuff. It might be a little bit more toxic. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see how it goes. Maybe not. But I'll say probably a little bit more toxic. I'm just saying, money's involved. But anyways, you guys, we will see you in a couple weeks. Be safe on Memorial Weekend. It's already started. This is the West Coast Podcast for Trey. I am Shane. We'll see you in a couple weeks.